Hey, you're watching Money Moves with Nick, where I help you make more money and keep it. And what was on my mind today is this story about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan pretty much got robbed of half his wealth by his cheating wife, okay? And the topic of today is really not necessarily about financial principles, but it's about setting up the correct relationship, especially if you're a man, because if we want to protect our wealth, especially if you're a single man building right now, or something like that, where you're in the process of building a business, building a real estate, building just a lot of cash, or just getting a nice house, it's really important to understand or at least think about, how am I going to protect that asset, okay? Now, I'm not encouraging anyone to not trust any women here. That would be an unhealthy extreme, but today's video is just really to get you to think, okay? All I want you to do is think, okay, is there anything that I should do to protect my wealth, to protect my assets? Do I need to put it in an LLC, in an anonymous LLC in Wyoming, in a self-directed IRA? Okay, do I need to do that? Anonymous, not tracked to me. Do I need to get a prenup? Do I need to just not legally get married and commit a lifelong partnership to somebody in maybe a domestic partnership or something like that? Okay, all I want to do is bring to your mind, how can we protect our wealth from the biggest wealth destroyer, which is divorce, okay? And I also want you to think about what you're really looking for in a partner. Obviously, as a man, it's really nice if you're building to have a female, or once you've built something, to have that female companionship. And I think one of the things that really leads to you destroying your wealth is choosing. Not only did we not set up things properly, maybe put stuff in a trust, an irrevocable trust, something to think about, but it's also, I chose a female for the wrong reasons. When you choose the wrong, you generally, in my observation, choose the wrong female because you chose for the wrong reasons. Sometimes we want to be the guy who's dating a model. Okay, wow, she's a model, models like me, I'm going to go with this model, all right? And maybe it's just this female is, you like the attention, you like the pussy, whatever it is, okay? Think about this. Evil women exist. Evil women exist. And if you even look in the Bible, Samson and Delilah, Samson kept toying with her until she fucked him over. And it was probably due to the attention, the infatuation. He had chosen her for the wrong reasons. He was attracted or drawn to this female for the wrong reasons. And he chose the wrong female. And then she took his strength, which, let's just use that as a metaphor for his wealth. Okay? So when we choose a female for the wrong reasons, we choose a bad female. Then, on top of that, if we don't have our assets locked up, if we don't have our assets prenup in place, things like that, if we don't have the social skills to be able to pitch a prenup to a female, our wife or whatever, or maybe make a legal contract where it's like, hey, you're not going to get any of my assets, but I'll still take care of you if we get divorced. You can still do that. That's definitely some sort of option as well. You can just make up a legal, it doesn't even have to be a legal marriage. It could just be a legal agreement. Look, hey, we're going to be life partners. Here's what's going to happen if things don't work out. I'll still take care of you, but these are my assets. You're not taking them. Something like that. And it's not about, oh, you don't trust her. It's about, look, this is a gamble. It has a level of gamble to it because you don't know what the future is going to be like. I don't know. Let's just put it this way. Crypto has gone up and been reliable, or even stocks, Tesla or something, okay? Let's just say Tesla. Tesla's a little bit more of a better example, okay? Do I put all my wealth in Tesla and trust that Tesla doesn't go down 50%? Would that be a good idea? Or should I hedge and protect myself via a mutual fund, via a little crypto, via bonds, via dividend income stocks, via real estate, via cash, via businesses? So let's just think about that, okay? Is that a wise decision to bet half my shit? 50%. I'm betting 50% that this is not going to end in a divorce. And you oftentimes view people in a certain light when you feel a certain way about them. Oh, she would never do that. We get along. We're best friends. You don't know what happens when people get pushed to the edge, okay? You cannot predict that accurately. Humans, if I can instill one thing in your mind from this video, humans are a horrible predictor of the future. Humans are a horrible predictor of the future. And so we need to set up systems. You can decide what systems you want to do. Maybe you set up a prenup. Maybe you set up irrevocable trust. Maybe with your children as beneficiaries. Maybe you set up a LLC in Wyoming anonymously that holds a self-directed IRA that then holds your real estate in it. And then you rent from that company. Is just something to think about, okay? So the point of this video is just to get you to think. It's not here to give you advice. It's just to open your mind to new possibilities. I just want you to open your mind to the thought that maybe I need to do this. Now, if you want to live and say, you know what, I trust my wife, I'm going to do the normal thing, I'm totally fine with that. I'm completely fine with you wanting to do that. I'm just letting you think. I'm just giving you the opportunity to think here. If I want to keep my money, what's the biggest way you lose money? Divorce for men. What's the biggest way that women get money? Divorce. So if you think about that, that's just something I want you to think about and consider. Protect my assets. Choose the right person. Am I choosing the person for the right reasons? What is there anything like blind, like, am I in my feelings and choosing her because I'm in my feelings? Or am I choosing her out of logic because this makes sense and then I can grow in feelings for her? Because oftentimes, dude, I mean, let's just be real. There's a lot of shorties out there, a lot of 9s and 10s that love guys with money. And then they get bored and disappear with half your shit. So that's something that I'm so glad that I learned this concept before I ended up getting married or anything. This is just something that I'm so glad that I found while I was single. Just to think about that, because dude, Michael Jordan is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Okay, he is a number 3 Enneagram high performer, wants to be the best, okay? And even he who may be a billionaire right now, I'm not sure. I think he could be. Got fucked out of 50% of his wealth. So if it happened to him, it can happen to you. Okay? You are just as susceptible. So that's all I want you to do is just think a little bit. Just think outside of the box. I want you to just change your mind and be open to new possibilities. Open to the idea that, maybe I should at least look into that. And maybe you find out that that's not the route you want to go. Maybe it doesn't work for you. Maybe you don't even want to get married. But I just want to bring to your attention how a female can fuck your life. So have a wonderful day, guys.